a quick trade recap. I took one trade today. It was a long on NQ. It was a loss. It was this trade right here. So yeah, let's get into that. So going into today, I was extremely bearish, at least for the time being. Now, why was I bearish going into the day, and why did I take a long when I was bearish? So pretty much since yesterday, we've just completely dumped. Like this was that low I ended up targeting on that really nice short yesterday at market open. And since then, we've just continued to dump through this low as well, through the range low, showing no sign of wanting to, reverse after taking this. And then market's just obviously displacing lower here at market open. And I recognize, hang on, low key. So at market open, obviously, it's very obvious that we're going to take out sell side on NQ to just complete this move here, clearly dumping towards this sell side level. However, what we have at market open is an internal range with a bullish SMT and an untapped key level. So this is a bullish SMT at market open, and personally, I've seen this model play out many times, where there will be a very obvious draw on liquidity, whether that be buy side or sell side. So in today's scenario, it was sell side liquidity, but the overnight range, the internal overnight range from the overnight session, ends up having some sort of SMT and then an untapped key level that the market will open, will trade against a higher time frame draw. We will get a rebalance towards that key level and then look to see a move lower from there. And that's pretty much my thought process going into this. So I see this bullish SMT at the low, and I say, okay, I want this SMT. Hang on, let me low key bring over ES and show the SMT. So notice ES sweeps out this low at market open, which is right here, and obviously NQ has not. So bullish SMT was intact, and I wanted to see the reaction of this SMT NQ go rebalance to a bigger time frame key level, and then that key level will then hold bearish to send us towards the obvious sell side draw on liquidity. So at market open, we have this internal manipulation here. So internal low gets swept, and we end up opening up a 1 minute bearish imbalance here. Now I actually took my entry off of the 30-second inversion, which was like pretty close after to the market opening. I think it might have been like the first 30-second candle, pretty much. But yeah, the 30-second inversion closed like a little bit above this, and that's where I took my long. My stop was at this low, and I was targeting these untapped 15-minute fair value gap. Now, once again, why was I targeting this? Because if we're looking at this here, what is the most likely area? If this bullish SMT is going to hold bullish and we're going to see a move higher on this price, like what's the most likely area for NQ to go before we end up getting the sell-off? Obviously, it's going to be that untapped 15-minute fair value gap. And then when you zoom into the 1 minute time frame, as you can see, we have low resistance buy side liquidity leading up to this untapped 15-minute imbalance. And when I see market open, internal manipulation, then clear and obvious displacement higher, 30-second inversion, 1 minute inversion, and the 1 minute change in the state of delivery here, coming from that bullish SMT at the lows. And then obviously I know that we want to see a move lower overall. However, I want to see the market get a rebalance to a key level on the bigger time frame that can then hold bearish to see us to deliver that move. And as you can see, this trade does not end up playing out. We end up edging the price target by like 12 points, and then market dumps all the way towards the external draw. Now, I was looking at, as soon as this trade failed, like pretty much as soon as this gets stopped out and I see this candle here open and start to sell, I'm like, okay, it's very obvious to me that the market's now going to this low. We just have a little bit of a move higher at market open, and like I said, I was extremely bearish going into the day. So when this trade didn't play out, I was like, there's no way we're going to go like resweep this low internally and then go back up. Like if this trade doesn't play out, then we're definitely going to the low. It's kind of my thought process. But the reason I didn't take this short is because I didn't like the candle closure. Like obviously I'd already just taken a loss, and I like to be very careful with my risk management after I take a loss, because that's a great way to blow your accounts if you're not careful after. Like you just end up taking multiple losses and then revenge trading. You know how that goes. So every time I take a loss, I'm cautious when it comes to re-entering just based off of emotion or an impulsive decision. I really make sure, like, okay, is this exactly what I want to see? So for a short in the scenario today, obviously, like I said, I was extremely confident that we're going to go take this low. But I said, if this next candle can close like right here and give me some sort of decent fill, then I'd be willing to take this entry here, have like a 2-to-1, and then have my stop at the high. But when this candle closed all the way down here, then I was just really, after just taking that previous loss, I was not ready to take another trade with a bad fill, because I'm sorry, like I'm not really much of a 1-to-1 type of guy. This is not even a 1-to-1. I mean, maybe you could have put it at like the candle high, but it's very possible that the market could have just came and rebalanced to this inversion or this change in the state here. So like I said, I just didn't like this fill, didn't end up taking that entry. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's also a potential entry you could have taken here on this 1 minute inversion. Now, I definitely did not know that we were going to get this big of a move higher. Like, if I were to have taken this, I would have taken it to this 5 minute right here. I definitely wouldn't have held to like all the way towards like London high or whatever this is here. So, yeah, I mean, the initial objective that obviously was sell side, but then the target that I was having, which was these low resistance highs leading up to this 15 minute, obviously got mitigated as well once the market took out the low. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like yeah, obviously I recognize I was trading against the higher time frame trend, but like I said, personally, I've seen this setup right here play out many times where we will have that SMT against a bigger time frame draw, and then market open will just give a quick manipulation move higher into some form of key level, and then that key level will deliver the ultimate draw on liquidity for the day, the daily objective, which is obviously in this case that was this low. So yeah, 0 for 1 on the day. Overall, a good trade. I'm not disappointed in it. It's exactly what I wanted to see happen, and I like if this presents itself next week, I'm taking this trade again because, like I said, this will play out 9 out of 10 times. The market will get that really ideal manipulation at market open that will do sweep all these internal highs, mitigate the 15 minute, and then we'll get that move lower. So yeah, just didn't end up playing out today, but it's all good, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next recap.